All right, so I've got the car completely rinsed off and everything like that. All I did was use rapid prep. I actually got this when I was going to do the wrap, but cleans and removes grease and wax and all that. So that's what I used to get all that with a microfiber. So now I'm going to go ahead and got to get my motorcycle out of the garage because I don't want no overspray on that. Got to move my 3 other vehicles up the driveway for my so overspray doesn't get on the vehicle. And then sun's starting to come out, so I'm gonna let the sun kind of dry this off and then go back over it, make sure that there's no more gloss to it. And then after that, we're gonna get into the paint booth. We're gonna seal it up and then tape everything off. Tape off the windshield, trim pieces, tape off anything else that needs to be taped off in preparation for finally laying some paint. So we're gonna finally lay some paint today. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Motorcycle out, cars at the garage, and we'll get to it. All right, so it's taking a little while, but you can see that I got windows taped off, got the sunroof, back window taped off, got everything taped off that I need to have taped off. So I'm gonna pull the car in the booth, windshield, tires, and then we're gonna lay some paint. Let's get to it. All right, so update on how this is going. I got it in the thing today, and as you can see, we got some issues here, which I was getting my technique down and getting my spray pattern down, and I was just, you know, working it, learning how to spray and everything like that. You can see some imperfections that I wasn't too worried about. I knew I'd be able to kind of take it out and everything like that, but apparently I didn't have enough support on my makeshift booth here, and as I'm spraying, it just kept pulling a vacuum because I have a fan hooked up. It kept pulling and pulling and pulling until the back just collapsed across the back of the car over there that you saw. Just collapsed. The whole back end over here just kind of fell in and scuffed up all this shit. So I'm going to have to sand down again, reevaluate how I want to do this. I'll probably keep the paint booth up kind of like this, but just leave the back off and make do with what I have, because I'm not gonna go buy more supplies. I'm done spending monies on supplies. So, but my mistake is your gain. Like, if you're gonna do this, you gotta have tons of support if you're gonna build a booth this big, because as soon as you hook up your little filter and you got your air over there, this thing just starts sucking in until finally, like, boom, you can see it just collapsed all on me. I came back around the car and it was my plastic was all in here. But I'll be honest, I was getting my technique down. It's a little heavy, and so you can see I fucked up right there, fell in right there, but I was getting my spray pattern down. Might have been a little heavy on spots, but I was getting my pattern down. I was getting it. And this is just a primer, so it's meant to be sanded anyways, but we'll buy some more primer and reevaluate, and we'll get back with you, see how keep y'all updated on how this is going. All right, so more to the update here is like I said, so I did run out of primer. I was probably spraying it on way too thick, to tell you the truth, but honestly it was going on nice and smooth. And like I said, this is my first time, so I'm still learning. What I did realize that slower strokes on the gun were helping out a lot. Maybe on that side I was going a little fast, and then I did run out of primer, so I thought I was going to be able to make it off with just 1 can of primer, but I bought 2 additional cans of the primer to get the whole car done. I did decide that what I'm going to do is leave the booth kind of like this and just maybe open up the door a little bit back here, turn the fan on, still had the fan on to try to exhaust some of it, and then be able to get to the front now and the back now, which was going to be an issue. And that should do fine with that, but not going to get back to it this weekend because I'm going to have to come back in here sand. One thing I am noticing though, feeling it now, it was going down super smooth. We'll have to fix it because, like I said, there's spots like this from where my back plastic ripped off and fell across the whole car. So that kind of sucked, but making a little additional update for here because I got a new subscriber that was asking a few questions about body work. So when I did my body work, so you can see spots like this and this here, I got these smoothed back out. When I did it, I used a die grinder with what I call a cookie. And I'll show you what the cookie is here in a minute, Daniel. Sanded it all the way down to the bare metal. Sand that dent down all the way to the bare metal. Make sure you got a good area around it that I'd say probably 2 inches around the dent itself. And go ahead and put your Bondo in there. Watch yourself a video on how to put the Bondo in there. Put your Bondo in there. Let it dry. Sand it with I think I used started with an 80, roughed it down, and then went to probably like a 200 to 300, roughed it down a little bit more, and then finished with like a 1200 to smooth it out, and then put another layer of Bondo on there. Repeat that process one more time, and then to get it super, super good, it's over here on my shelf over there that's blocked off, but I went and got some Rust-Oleum high fill primer. It's great. Like, that high fill primer is real good stuff. So any little slight indents that you're having problems getting out as a first time using Bondo, you can use that high fill primer to build it up and get it nice and smooth. So you can use that. But if you want to make it kind of easy for yourself, let's see if it's actually over here, is go buy yourself a die grinder if you have a die grinder, and some of these, I don't know what they call them, conditioning disc, but in my industry we call these cookies. Use that to get it down, especially if you got little rust spots. Get all the way down through the clear coat, all the way down through there, and get it down to the bare metal and scuff that bare metal up. And then also if you're going to be prepping for somebody else to paint it for you, to avoid that, check over the whole car. Any little spots that you see where clear coat may be peeling, on my Integra, whole bunch of spots underneath the trim pieces were peeling real bad. So get in there, sand that down nice and smooth. I used probably a 320 to get it nice and roughed out. Then moved on to a 600, then a 1200 grit to get it nice and smoothed out. You can see areas like this. That was where clear coat was peeling, so I got that sanded. Here's a little more where clear coat was peeling. So get that taken care of, and then if you're prepping for paint, you'll probably also save some money by pre-taping off some stuff and also like pulling trim pieces off. So try that out. If you got any questions about that, feel free to comment down on the video, and I'll try to answer your questions for you. But that's the update on the do-it-yourself for this paint shop. So probably want to go with, we are now at 3 cans of primer. We'll see how well the other 2 cans go next weekend after I get this done sanding down. But stay tuned. We're going to make this happen. I'll make the mistakes so you guys don't have to. But stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week on another episode of Fix It with Mike.